In this video, you will learn when and why you need to translate and legalize documents as a foreigner in Spain. I will explain step by step which documents require the Hague Apostille, legalization and source translation so you can avoid delays and complications during your procedures. Stay until the end because I'll be doing an FAQ that will solve most of your questions. In this first part of the video, I will be treating the Hague Apostille and when it's required in Spain. Now, in screen, you're seeing the list of countries that accept this apostille. Most of the countries use and accept this apostille, which makes everything easier. But don't worry because later in the video we'll see what happens if your country is not part of the Hague Convention and you need to legalize a document for Spain. The Hague Apostille is that square stamp or sticker that you might have seen at the end of an official document. But what exactly is it for? Basically, it certifies the authenticity of the signature and seal on a document, making it valid in any other country that is part of the 1961 Hague Convention. So how does this apply to your case? If, for example, you have a birth or marriage certificate, a university diploma, or a criminal record certificate from countries like USA, Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, the UK, or Switzerland, and need to use it in Spain, the first step is to go to the competent authority in your home country to obtain the Hague Apostille. Why is it so important to apostille a document before bringing it to Spain? It's very simple. Without the apostille, your document may not be legally valid, which means that your paperwork could get stuck. Think of a passport. If it's expired, it has no value. The apostille works in a similar way. Your public document may be completely legitimate, but without the stamp, it has no legal effect here. The most common documents that require an apostille in Spain are birth and marriage certificates, criminal record certificates, court rulings, academic documents such as degrees, transcripts, certificates, and notarial deeds, powers of attorney, and wills. Important: the Hague Apostille is always issued in the country where the document was originally issued before bringing it to Spain. Let me give you a brief example of how the Hague Apostille works in Spain. We have a client that wants to apply for the Golden Visa and he's from the UK. Well, but he got married in Barbados. In his case, he needs to get the certificate from Barbados, not the UK. Then he will get the Hague Apostille, then he will bring it to us, we will get him the sworn translation, and he'll be done. Differences between the apostille and sworn translation. Many people get confused when dealing with apostille and sworn translation, so let's clarify this. First, the apostille is placed on the original document, not on the translation. This means that if you have a birth certificate, marriage certificate, academic diploma, or any other official document issued in your home country, you must obtain the apostille first and second, translate it afterwards. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot to introduce myself. My name is Daniel Bertomeu and I work side along my father, Juan Bertomeu, who has been a real estate lawyer and tax advisor for over 30 years. We specialize in services such as conveyancing, taxes, and anything related to property and non-residents. We're not sworn translators, but we collaborate closely with them because we need their services for countless procedures such as the non-lucrative visa, in some cases when the client wants to buy a property in Spain. So if you'd like to get in touch, no compromise at all, the first consultation is completely free. I leave the contact information on screen and also in the description of the video. Let's continue. So keep in mind, you don't apostille the sworn translation, but the official document. Afterwards, of course, the stamp and all the details will be reflected in the sworn translation so the Spanish authorities can verify its content. Who can issue an apostille? It depends on the regulations of each country. For example, in Spain, it can be done by the Ministry of Justice, the High Court of Justice, or notarial associations, depending on the type of document. If you write me down where you're from, I'll reply, like for example, you tell me, hey, I'm from Belgium, or hey, I'm from the UK. I'll tell you exactly where you'll need to go. In short, the Hague Apostille is like a legal passport for some documents that are issued in countries that are part of the convention. Now, we're going to see what happens if your country doesn't accept the Hague Apostille. Well, we're going to be talking now about diplomatic legalization. This is something that is not very common since most countries do accept the apostille, but it's true that countries such as Canada or Qatar don't. In that case, you won't use an apostille, but instead you will have to go through diplomatic legalization. However, before we jump into that, it's important to understand what diplomatic legalization actually involves. Unlike the streamlined apostille process, where one single stamp confirms the validity of a document for for all member states, diplomatic legalization is a more traditional chain of endorsements by various authorities. Typically, you'll need a certification by the local authority where the document was issued. Second, validation by the Foreign Affairs Ministry of the country in which the document was issued. They will confirm that the signature or seal from the local authorities is authentic. And third and lastly, final legalization by the embassy or consulate of the destination country, in this case Spain, confirming that all previous stamps and signatures are valid. This extra step is what makes the diplomatic legalization more time-consuming and in some cases more expensive. Now that we've covered the Hague Apostille and diplomatic legalization, you might be wondering, do I ever not need these apostilles or whatever? If you're watching this and your country is part of the EU, the short answer is yes. We'll dive into that now. But if you're English, American, or any other country of the world, you will either need the Hague Apostille or the diplomatic legalization. Here are the main scenarios where this might apply. First, documents from the European Union or European Economic Area. Under EU regulation, many civil status documents like birth, marriage, or death certificates do not need to be legalized or apostilled if they are accompanied by a multilingual standard form. So how do you find out if these documents qualify for these exemptions? First, ask yourself, well, no, I'm sure you know it. Is my country part of the EU or the EEA? Does my country have any bilateral agreement with Spain about these topics? Second is, you ask for the multilingual format. This is a needed step. And third, you can contact the Spanish consulate via email. They are very friendly. I know this because now we are working a lot on golden visas, non-lucrative visas, and they will tell you if that specific document needs more formalities. Now I will answer the most frequent asked questions. And if after watching this you still have some questions or some doubts, just write down on the comment section, or if you want more privacy, you can also write me down on my WhatsApp, Instagram, email, and I will be answering you. Do I need to translate every single page of my document? Not necessarily. If you have a lengthy contract, a tax return, or a bank statement, you may not need to file the entire document, but the details that Spanish authorities need, such as the name, salary, or other dates. Check with the office or consulate that is handling your application to see if a partial translation is possible. That can save you both time and money. How long does a sworn translation usually take? It depends on the translator's workload, but well, this is my opinion. It could be done in 2 days, but most of them tell you 4 days. And if you want an urgent service, 24 to 48 hours, you need to pay some extra fee for that. But yes, this is, in my experience, what they usually take. What's the best way to send my documents for translation? These days, everything can be done online. You can scan or photograph your documents, just ensure the images are high quality and legible. Many translators now accept digital copies via email or even WhatsApp. Likewise, most sworn translators can provide digitally signed translations with an electronic stamp and signature that you can submit to Spanish authorities. How much does a sworn translation in Spain cost? Prices are different, but usually translators charge you per page if it's a small document, such as a birth certificate or a bank statement, and they charge you per word if it's a longer document, such as a work contract, for example. In my experience, the range of prices is between 40 euros and 120 euros. It depends lots of things, if you want it urgent or not, but that's what I have seen. Of course, if you are applying for a visa, for example, and you have 3 family members, you will get a discount. The more documents you give them, the less you will pay. Can I get a digital translation instead of a hard copy? Yes, many sworn translators issue electronic translations with a valid digital signature, recognized by Spanish authorities. This speeds up the process, no need for shipping back and forth. Of course, if you prefer or require a paper copy, most translators can still provide that service. Remember at the beginning of the video that I said stay until the end of the video? Well, thank you for watching, but now I'm going to be saying probably the most important thing, and is that how do you find that translator is a sworn translator and not some random dude that, wants to get some easy money? Well, The Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Spain, el Ministerio de Asuntos Exteriores, publishes a list with all the sworn translators in the country. I'll be leaving that document in the description of the video so you can click it and, well, you can see the full list, or you can say, okay, I'm in Marbella and I need a sworn translator in Marbella. But as I said, nowadays everything works online, so any one of them can be useful for your proposal. As I said, my name is Daniel Bertomeu and we are lawyers and tax advisors in Spain, based in Alicante, specifically in Moraira and Denia, Costa Blanca, but we have clients through the whole country: Marbella, Mallorca, Canary Islands, Seville. If we need to travel there, we will travel there. But for 90% of the work, we can do it online, and communication is key for us. We can do video call whenever you need. So if you need our services, feel free to contact us through WhatsApp, email, or Instagram. I'll leave all the information on screen and in the description. If you found this video useful, make sure you like the video and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.